Yo, squad, a new NBA season is starting next month. So many headlines from this past offseason and draft. I'm super excited to finally see what's in store for the basketball world. But tonight, I want to talk about a player who I believe has been receiving a lot of disrespect lately. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. That's right, the once athletic beast who many players fear to play against on a nightly basis. And don't forget, squad, a former MVP. I'm going to answer a question that many of you have been asking. Is Westbrook trash and is still a valuable player to any team? Oftentimes, I feel like NBA fans will suffer from a significant amount of recency bias, which leads me to believe that half of the time they are trolling or just casual fans. I feel like the best way to answer these questions, we have to lay out the backstory. At the beginning of last NBA season, many major sports pundits predicted that the Lakers will win the title after additions of Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and others. Now, we all know how the Los Angeles Lakers season had ended. They finished with a 33-49 record during the regular season and were one game out from making the play in tournament, dealing with so many injuries, internal locker room problems, and at one point playing 41 different starting lineups. The team could just not turn it around. This is not an excuse, as I'm not a fan of the Lakers. I'm actually just a LeBron fan only. But it's just to show you guys how Westbrook was just a symptom of the team's problems. On the surface, if you look at it, his numbers averaging 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, along with 7 assists. Let's say you have no idea on what player I was talking about. You'd assume that this player was a highly productive and borderline all star. It's really just two glaring weaknesses that I see, which are the shooting percentages, particularly his free throw shooting and three pointers, and of course the turnovers. But to put that into context, his turnovers per game this past year was the lowest in Westbrook's previous 5 NBA seasons. This tells me that he's clearly at least making an effort to run the offense the best way he can. Now, many of you may think that having LeBron and Westbrook together is a bad fit. I do too, to a certain extent. Whenever you have two ball dominant players on the same team, the overall flow of an offense can get stagnant. But there is not much to say now as the Lakers are stuck with Westbrook's contract for the remainder of the future. I do think the Lakers play best when LeBron is running the offense and either Carmelo or Westbrook as an off wing guard. If you are not confident in starting the Brody at the number 2 spot, then have him play off the bench and possibly run the rotation as a six man. That way you can at least maximize his value for the team. Now, I want to be clear, squad. The only way the Lakers can be contenders at all with Westbrook on the team is if he takes his time. That has always been his problem. Russell Westbrook is a Hall of Famer, no doubt, a record breaking machine, generational talent with historic athleticism only surpassed by a few others. He plays at 120 miles per hour and gives you 1000% of his effort. Quitting is not a part of this man's DNA. He can provide value to any team if he just recognizes that he is not that guy anymore, and it's okay. That is perfectly fine. Time and aging is part of the process, and we all have to go through it. And all superstars eventually had to adjust, like D Wade, Carmelo, who's on your team, MJ, and so many others. Westbrook needs to understand that he needs to take a step back and look at the bigger picture because that's what's important. You provide the team with what they need in order to win. And don't try to insert yourself by playing superhero every single possession. Oftentimes, things are forced when it doesn't have to be. The Lakers made changes this offseason by signing back on Dennis Schroeder, signing Pat Beverly, and others to help facilitate better guard play. Assuming if everyone's relatively healthy, they do have a chance to contend this year with Westbrook on the team. Hopefully, he has a major bounce back and proves a lot of haters wrong because I'm rooting for him.